Many years ago, I came across a few lines in a book that I connected with. They were, "It's easy to judge, but you never know another person's heart, what gives them strength and what breaks them down." I have learned to listen more and speak less. The result has been eye-opening conversations and inspirational moments that I have shared with you right here. Hello and welcome back to my channel. It's Crystal One-on-One and we're on location at Kampala Sheraton Hotel in the center of Kampala City. And this show is brought to you by Roke Telcom. With me today I have someone who is kind of a jack of all trades in his own words. I would like to introduce someone who's well known, affectionately known as Beewol on most of his social media platforms, but full name's Bernard Ewalu Olupot. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
How are you
Thank you for having
doing?
me. Mostly okay.
Mostly.
Yeah, mostly. I've got to emphasize that because I'm not on a yacht somewhere in Honolulu, or I would be 100% if I were there. So I'm mostly okay. I'm not, having dinner with Jessica Alba. So
She's still your crush. I do remember you
For life.
saying like
yeah,
for life, huh?
for life. Yeah, for life.
You're in a relationship but she doesn't know about it.
No,
Is it one of those?
yeah, no. Technically, she knows, you know, but she's in denial. So, but yeah,
But
her and me for
eventually
life.
things will work out. Huh?
The universe knows how to put things where they belong, so we'll end up together.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's good to have you.
Yeah, it's good to be
Can
here.
I say something super random?
Okay.
You know, for the longest time, whenever I would see your name, Beewol, sorry, I would think of a movie called Beowulf.
Oh yeah.
Do you
yeah,
know that
I've,
movie?
Yeah, absolutely. I've
Like
watched
it's
it a bunch of
the
times.
weirdest movie. It's
I
super
know.
violent, but I love it.
I do too, and I've gotten that quite a lot. The Beowulf, kind of association, and I don't mind it. I don't mind it, but it's a movie I also loved. I watched it a bunch.
Have you
of
watched it again
times.
recently? I did, and it's so disturbing.
I need to rewatch it, but yeah, it's got a bit of gory. It's it's violent,
And it's like the
my kind of
animation
thing.
is very
My kind of thing.
your kind of thing. Because I know you're a TV buff. What are you
Yeah.
watching at the moment?
What am I watching? Let's see. Lately, I've been trying to build my mind, so to say. So I've been watching quite a number of documentaries.
Okay.
Yeah, I've been watching some docu-series. I'm not big on the everyday person's series,
Okay.
Yeah. So I
So
watch.
if everyone is talking about,
Yeah, I
we'll-
watch random things like right now. I've been redoing Rick and Morty. Some
Oh God, now
Adult
that is
Swim,
also
yeah.
very
It's
disturbing.
sick, twisted, yeah.
Those are the ones sick, twisted.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So yeah, that, and then some docuseries, some Epstein things, and then what else? Some football related things.
So does that
yeah.
mean like you stayed away from like money heists?
I unfortunately I couldn't stay away from it. Everybody talked about it, La Casa de Papel, and the internet has a way of rounding you up from wherever you are and just bringing you. So yeah, I watched it, but I haven't watched all these others. The Walking Dead, and then
I haven't
How
watched
to Get
Walking
Away
Dead.
with Murder. What else is there? What I've been watching? Criminal Minds. I haven't watched those. I'm not really big on popular things. So
Okay,
Yeah.
all right. So I need to find out right here, right now, how did you get the nickname Beewol?
Beewol, it actually appears a bit obvious because my name is Bernard Ewalu Olupot. So the first two letters of each
The
name.
B-E-E. Oh, okay.
There you go. It's an acronym.
Okay.
Yeah,
there you
it
go.
takes a while for people to figure it out, but it's really that simple. Yeah, it's that simple.
So you came up with it then?
Not a long time ago, in the about mid 95, 96, still a little boy. One of my friends, we're playing around with nicknames. Everybody was trying to get like a cool nickname and stuff, and one of my friends coined. They had a nickname they had created for me. It involved the B wall as well, but it was a bit longer.
Yeah.
And then after a while, I figured, you know what? Why don't I just stick to this thing and chop off a few other letters? And I stayed with Beewol. So for a long time, people didn't really know what my actual name was, you know. And I was very
Right.
okay with it. Yeah, people didn't really know what my real full names were. So I ran with it, and it kind of stuck.
Okay. What
So
do
I
they
like
call
it.
you at home? What's the nickname at home?
Strangely, my parents, of course, they call me Bernard. They don't they don't know me as Beewol. Like, if you told them, okay, so this dude called Beewol, they'd be like, who the hell is that? Yeah, I've really worked hard to keep it away from them.
Ah, okay.
Partly because Beewol commits certain sins, you know,
Which you don't
which,
want.
yeah, which my parents should never know of, right? So it's safe for me to kind of keep the two apart.
Okay.
And then also, in the places where I've worked professionally, I prefer them to call me Bernard, because then, you know, there's, if you call me Bernard, there's a serious, there's the way my mind switches on a certain, you know, seriousness in there, and I get things done. If you call me Beewol, I'm like, okay, so this is the other person you want, and I'm really
Okay,
just
so you have like
chill.
the two personalities.
Yeah, you could say that. I don't suffer from
Split
multi.
personality
Yeah,
in
no,
this
I
one.
don't. Let's be clear about that. I don't. But yeah, I've got individuals in me that I call upon when, as and when I need them.
Wait,
Yeah,
what?
everybody does. You
Are you
don't?
sure?
Yeah. I mean, no, come on.
Never.
Don't you
I'm
have
the
friends?
same
Listen,
person.
don't you have friends who could swear that we don't know Crystal like that? Like, you know, let's say one of your friends is asked, so last night you guys hung out with Crystal, and you're like, what? Crystal hangs out? And they know you, like, they know you. And then other friends were like, oh, she's a party animal, that one, you know. So there's everybody has got personalities they call upon
Yeah, I
when
think
they're,
you're right.
you know, when they're needed. So I've got that as well.
I would say my kids know a different side of me. They know this monster.
Oh, really?
Probably.
I don't think so. I find that hard to believe.
Well, I'm trying to convince myself.
No, you can't be a
So
monster.
tell me, where were you born?
I was born in Soroti Hospital,
Okay.
in 1985. Yeah. Um, Beautiful Saturday evening, about 6 p.m., 27th of April. My mom, at least from what she's told me, went into labor, and she wanted to give birth the next day, on a Sunday. Yeah, but you know, universe had its own plans.
Well, you wanted to make an appearance.
Yeah, well, I was anxious to arrive. So Saturday evening, about 6ish, 7ish, I popped out, and yeah, the rest is history, really. So that's when and where I was born.
Okay.
Yeah.
Was your mom working there?
Yeah, she was. At the time, my mom was kind of a jack of all trades as well, because she did a bit of nursing, she did a bit of teaching, she was just kind of all over the place. My dad, though, was working in Ministry of Finance. Okay, at the time he was kind of fresh out of university and stuff, but he was with Ministry of Finance. So yeah, they had this kind of love thing going. I am a product of love. And not too many people are, as horrible as it sounds, but not too many people are a product of love. Some are just like a fun time, you know, parents having a fun time, or parents are going through some discovery, some rebellion, you know. My parents really just kind of sat down and said, you know what, let's have a child, and my dad wanted a boy, my mom wanted a girl, and my dad won clearly.
So you're the oldest.
Yeah, yeah, the oldest. The oldest, yeah.
Okay. How many siblings?
Quite a number. Blood, in terms of blood, because in the African setting, one of the things that is common is you grow up with certain people and they become your siblings, you know. So I've got
Yes.
quite a number of those cousins and whatnot. But in terms of my blood siblings, I've got a sister, Marion. I've got another sister, Doris. I've got another sister, Winnie. I've got 3 sisters, and then 2 brothers. Sammy is the littlest boy, and Ivan. Ivan is the one who follows me.
Okay.
So after me is
So
Ivan.
3 boys, 3 girls.
Yeah. So 2
Okay.
boys, then 3 girls, then 1 boy at the end.
Okay.
Yeah.
I always joke about this on the show that the oldest child is always a deputy parent.
Yeah.
Did you ever have to fill that role?
Absolutely, all the time. And mine is not just, deputy parenting. It's kind of like chairmanship of sorts. And you see,
I have a feeling you enjoy this role.
and enjoy is stretching it. I revel in it. I like it. But there are moments when enjoyment is far from it. For example, not too long ago, my sister, when she was sitting her S6 papers, she calls me up and she's like, "Oh, so we've got this thing, this prom and what, and I need a dress." I'm like, okay. So I start doing calculations in my mind. I'm thinking, okay, how much are we going to need? Yeah, maybe about 80, 100,000 on 20 marks. So like, okay, I also need shoes. I need a bag. I need makeup. I'm thinking, what are we doing? And of course, you can't tell my parents.
Yeah.
Not that they won't give it to her, but they're somewhat conservative and reserved, and they'll be thinking, listen, you've got so many dresses.
Why can't you use one of the ones you have?
Wear one of those. If the worst comes to worst, my mom will say, come and try on one of mine.
Oh no, oh no.
And that never works out well. So they call you up, and so you've got to think, okay, so where can we get a dress for? Because an Essex girl isn't somebody who moves around town a lot, so she probably doesn't know the places.
Yes.
So I have to do the hard work of moving around and trying to find the right dress and the color, and then you call up, so is this fine? Okay, this is good, but can you get it in pink? And then so the shoes, okay. And so all this stress.
Wow.
Yeah, as a deputy parent, there's that. And then sometimes my brother calls her, by the way, I'm really broke right now, and do you have like a 20K? If you don't have it, you have to find it.
Yes.
You have to find it. So there's those moments.
Because by the time they call,
yeah, they know that this guy will sort me out. So yeah, that's the deputy parenting that is not so much fun. Sorry, what is this? No. Okay, sorry. So yeah, there's that. But then there's also the fun part. When my parents have something they want to do at home, and they put me in charge, and like I'm like a little boss. So yeah, sometimes when you're watching TV and you want to watch something, it's easy for you to say, you know what, let's watch this. And there's not much argument.
You're bossy.
Am I?
Yes, I'm getting bossy vibes right now.
Yeah, being a firstborn, it's got its perks. So I enjoy them. I enjoy them.
Okay.
So yeah.
And what were you like growing up?
I don't know if I would be the right person to ask that, because many times when you ask somebody what they were like growing up, it's kind of inward looking, because this is what I think I was. But people out there see something different, For example, I think I was calm, I had moments of noise making and all this madness and running around and stuff, but mostly I was a resolute person. I was composed. I was kind of well kept together, which is a bit surprising, because that's really not who I am. Yeah, that's really not who I am. I'm not a very kept together person. I'm all over the place. So yeah, I was that when I was young. Part of it is because my dad, right from when I was little, had kind of imparted in me this desire to be like a team leader, and when you are at the front, you kind of have no luxury of throwing yourself around. You have to calculate everything. You have to think twice about what you say. You have to, reason things out. You have to use your head a lot. So I kind of grew up with that.
Okay.
Yeah, but I had my moments of straying from the path. And you know, I was suspended from school, and my old man said, no, this can't be my boy. I said,
No.
someone else. I know my boy.
When was that?
That was in my S5. Actually, 2 weeks after I joined S5 in Gombe SS.
Okay.
Because I was in Ginger College for my O level, and Ginger College is a boys' school, and boys normally when they're done with O level, they grow certain wings. They become rebellious, and I was that person. So but my dad didn't know. My dad didn't know, yeah. So when I joined Gombe, which is a very, very strict school, first they say they don't allow music at school, like they don't allow radios and stuff. And I was like, what? There's got to be a way around this. So I had my Walkman and a couple of tapes, and I snuck them in. They were found, and they sent me back home. I didn't go home straight away. I first lounged around the town there for like 2 days. Yeah.
Did you have someone to stay with?
Yeah.
What were you trying to work through?
I really didn't know what I was doing. I thought I could, because they told me go home for 2 weeks.
Okay.
And then come back with your dad. I thought, you know what? My first instinct was I can sit out these 2 weeks somewhere, then hire some random uncle, you know, to go with me to school, and you know, he can yell at me a bit, but kind of be on my side, really, you know, and make promises. Oh, he won't do it again, sign whatever he has to sign and go back. And life goes on normally. I thought I could pull it off. 2 days in, and, you know, it wasn't easy.
So where were you staying?
There were hostels, there were... I don't know, it was just... Because if you live in like a hostel of sorts where you're paying, at the time I paid about, I think, 8,000 for a night, and I figured 8,000 if I do, you know, 5, 6, 7 nights, you know, I'm not going to spend more than 60, 70,000, and I can pull it off if I can have a meal a day, like 2, 3,000. I can manage this thing if I have like 100,000 for 2 weeks. 2 days in, I think I had like 10,000 left on me. Which was enough to take me back home. I just abandoned ship and went home. And of course, my dad yelled at me, and yeah, my mom took me back to school.
Your dad didn't take you back?
No, he did. My dad was like, I can't be associated with this. I don't know this part. What are you doing? He was very cross with me. He was very, very cross with me. Yeah, but my mom's always awesome. Yeah, she took me back to school, and so yeah, basically, I've had my...
Did you calm down?
For a while, and then I was suspended again.
Okay.
Yeah.
What for this time?
Similar music, still music. I really love music, and on some level, I thank the universe that I can't sing, because if I could sing, people would never get enough of me. I would sing all the time. If somebody calls me, why would I be speaking to you? I would sing. Like, I would sing all the time. If I'm giving a speech, why am I speaking? I would sing all the time. So I think the universe realized Guy would be cocky. So
let's
hold that back. Let him do whatever I want. But I love music a lot, and it's why I got suspended again. Again, I tried to sneak in, this time a bigger appliance.
Like a little radio?
Yeah, you know, like proper radio. Yeah, so.
So this time, did you take yourself straight home, or you looked for a random uncle?
No, this time I actually just went straight home, but I gave a different reason. Told them, I know we've got this break, and you know, at this time I was in S6. I'm like, you know, candidates have got this break, what? And 2 weeks. And my dad was like, okay. I thought you could actually use a break. hung around, and I went back to school.
He never found out?
No, he never. Never.
To this day, he doesn't know.
Yeah, hopefully he won't watch this, so he won't need to know. Yeah.
Okay. So, but you managed to finish there.
No, yeah, I did.
And after that?
Yeah, so, well, that was my S6. I joined campus.
McCary?
Yeah, McCary. Which I was somewhat against.
Why? Where did you want to go?
I had a bit of a wild mind at the time when I finished my S6. I wanted to be an artist, a writer. I wanted to be a writer, right? Like I really wanted to be a writer, and I didn't think university education would add anything onto me. Honestly, I did not. So I had kind of made up my mind that this whole university thing, no, just. And I told my dad. And my dad, surprisingly, at the time, told me, you know what, take some time and think about it.
Oh.
Just, think about what you really, really want. And then eventually I just gave in and, yeah, joined campus. I was in Nkrumah Hall, a place where I experienced a lot of life, I experienced a lot
memories.
of life. Yes, very, very fond memories of, mega benching and freshers week and, taking freshers through the paces. And I was on the elders bench in Nkrumah Hall.
Okay.
And I was a speaker. So, of the elders bench. So there was a lot of fun, especially during guild elections. Because guild contestants come to the hall and they say, we need to address people in this hall, and the elders bench has to sit. And so, what values do you stand for? And there's this chairman's basket which has to go around, and please, if you want to speak to us first, make it happen. And it was fun.
Oh,
I was a little god at the time. So yeah, that was campus. By the time I left campus, I think I had molded myself into like a fixer of sorts.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I could do quite a number of things. Some entirely out of my docket. Somebody needs a car. I don't own a car. I don't own a board. I'll tell them, you know what? Give me 2 days. What kind of car do you want? How much do you have? Give me 2 days. And in 2 days, I would have made calls, got in the right car, and my cart is there. Somebody says, I need to travel to Dubai. So how do I go about it? I'm like, you know what? Give me a couple of hours. Let me see what I can do. Make some phone calls, travel agents, visa, all this stuff. Of course, at a fee. So yeah, this is where I kind of became a jack of all trades. Somebody needs their computer fixed. I'm like, I got you. I got you. Get it.
It's a very interesting skill to be a fixer.
It's good. The danger with it, though, is this person assumes that you're the one doing the stuff. So if anything goes south, yeah, they really have you. So yeah, but. So
I'm sure that happened a few times.
Of course it did.
Because when you're dealing with human beings, man.
Yeah, somebody tells you, I want to buy a certain pair of shoes, right? And I say, okay, I know the right plug. So I call up my shoe guy. I'm like, hey, this is kind of shoe we needed. The guy delivers it. So when the shoe is delivered, this guy is like, this is not the shoe I wanted. I've already paid the other guy, taken my cut. I've already even chewed my cut.
No,
you know. So yeah, that does happen quite a number of times. I remember another time somebody wanted a laptop, and I think they had about 600 or so thousand, and I knew I could get a laptop at like 450. Back then, when before the shilling went down and whatever. So yeah, I look around town and I get a good machine at about 470 or so. So I have my cart, my money set aside, and I start blowing through it and stuff. Like a day after the guy has gotten his laptop, he's like, dude, there's a problem with this laptop. This is someone's laptop. Like, okay, I did not know that. It's like, no, this is someone's laptop. There's documents in here. There's somebody's settings. As it's just somebody's laptop. Turns out it was actually a stolen laptop. and the person I bought it from was just disposing of it. You know, somebody had stolen it and sold it to them, so they were also selling it to me, and I also sold it. So, yeah, I had to fork out some money.
Sometimes
Replace
the
the
deals
brother.
are too good to
Yeah,
be
sometimes,
true.
yeah, sometimes they are. So sometimes things go south, and sometimes they go very north. So yeah.
It's interesting, a very interesting space to be in,
Mm.
because you have to be super
No,
creative
you
and
have to.
you're constantly thinking on your feet.
And
Then you have to build this network.
absolutely. And you see, the thing about that network is, because that network of yours can help you fix whatever problem there is. Somebody has a patient in let's say in a casero, and their child they have a child who requires some kind of special surgery, and there are specific doctors who do that. Yeah. Now this person calls you up and says, you know, like, of course you're not a doctor, you know, but you say, give me a moment. So you ask around your medical friends and make all these phone calls, and somebody sends you a number, and you call, and somebody sends you another number, until you find a specific doctor who deals with that specific issue.
Yeah.
And you keep that. 2, 3, 4 years later, you may have that same problem, you know, and or a family member might have that same problem, and you don't even need to think twice. So having the network it's helped me quite a lot. It's gotten me to places. It's
That's
gotten
a
me
true definition
opportunities.
of what people talk about now when they say your social network
Yeah, yeah.
is a huge part
It
of your
is. It
worth.
is. It's a big deal. I've learned it. Like, I never take my network for granted. Never, never. The police has got you. You've been committing some crime. Ha! You best know somebody up there. Otherwise, you're going to the coolers for some good days.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, network is extremely important. And my dad used to emphasize that when I was growing up. That, you know, first of all, recognize that you don't necessarily come from a rich family. So that means you have to rely on your friends as much as possible. Be kind to them, be good to them, because you will need them. Yeah? The family that you have, your family, there's only so much they can do for you. The people out there, your networks, they can do so much for you. So I kind of modeled my life around creating networks and building them, and, you know, so I'm a relationships guy.
Okay. Okay, so what was your first job? Or were you like, because you were already kind of hustling,
Yeah.
but
My first job was in primary.
okay.
Yeah. Fun fact, yes. My first job was actually in primary, and I was an influencer.
What?
Yes, that was my first gig. So I was at Bat Valley. Listen, yes,
Okay,
I was at
explain.
Bat Valley Primary School, and there used to be fights. We used to have fights. Kids used to have fights after class.
Yes.
Where Bible House now stands, that place was open down there. So we used to fight with kids from Buganda Road after class. So
And you would plan for this.
absolutely. So my role was to kind of loud it out, you know. There's this kid in Buganda Road. This kid is bad. This kid actually slapped a teacher, just to kind of rile up,
To hype
you know,
up.
yeah. And then guys this side would be like, what? So somebody from Bat Valley, one of the kids from Bat Valley would be like, I'm going to take on this kid. Of course, there was some money. We used to pay 100 shillings back then to watch the fight. So my role was to kind of, you know, yes, what I saying, yes. So the Boogie Road kid would come, and then Bad Valley kid would come, and then they would go at it and what, and and kids are there cheering, and for like 30 minutes, 40 minutes, an hour, everybody pays 100 shillings, and then would split the money between the fighters, and then me, the promoter. So that was my first job. But long after that, after my S6, I worked at a cafe. That was my first job as an adult. If an 18-year-old is an adult, anyway. Yeah, I worked at a cafe, and which is where I kind of harnessed all this love for computer and the internet and stuff like that. Yeah, so that was. Then I worked at a microfinance, still in my S6 work. I was earning some fairly healthy money for you know for an S6 lever. It was good money, and I kind of saved. I saved a bit, I didn't tell my parents. And I bought my first phone with my salary. And it meant a lot. It meant a lot. You know, holding a mobile phone back then.
Back then was a big deal.
Oh Lord, it was not easy because it's parents who had, and even parents, it was either the dad or the mom. You know, it was neither both. It was never both. So me having a mobile phone, it just set a precedent. I was a king, my friend. You know, can I beep my mom? Can I beep my dad? Can I send a message? And I was the guy who, and I would load airtime, right? Of 5,000 shillings.